Hi guys, I'm just going to show you how to make two different specs on the same character, how to go ahead and make profiles up for them on your grid click. So what I want you to do is I want you to go to your spell book and you'll see an extra icon on the side of the book at the bottom called Click Binding Configuration. Go ahead and click on that. Then I want you to click on Options, then click on Click General Options, and it should bring up your add-ons folder in your interface under Click General Options. Make sure you have a check mark and swap profiles based on talent spec. I already made a profile called Discipline, and how you make that profile is you go down to the bottom where it says Profile Management and you will click on Add New Profile. Since I already have a profile called Discipline, I'm going to go ahead and make a profile called Holy. Now that we have that, you'll notice in the drop down menus there's Discipline and Holy. So I'm going to go ahead and make my second talent the Holy, and the first one the Disc, since Disc will be my main. And we'll go ahead and make another profile just called Shadow, since I do have 3 specs on the Priest. And we'll make this one Shadow. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back into my spell book and I'm going to go ahead and start putting my spells in the box right here, so that way anytime I click or keybind or hover over anything on my button here, it will give the heal to the person that it needs to go to. But first I do like to go ahead and delete the stuff that's inside here. So I shall return momentarily once I'm done putting my spells in here. If you need help on putting your spells in here, I will show you quickly how you can do it fast. Instead of grabbing your spells and pulling them over or anything like that, you could just do it from your book. So say you want to do the mouse, clicking and all that stuff with your mouse and your keyboard, you can do that. And what I'll do right here, make it something easy. Say I want plea on my mouse wheel. I want it to go, I want my mouse wheel, when I go down with my mouse wheel, it gives a plea on somebody. All you do is put your mouse over it and mouse wheel down and it will place it over here. Just like Shadow Mend, say I just want to left click my mouse and it give Shadow Mend Hill. Just left click on it and it will place it over there. So I hope that helped a little bit. I will return momentarily. Okay, now that I have everything set up, I'm going to go back into options and the click general option and make sure that it's set on discipline that I want as my first talent for right now. So I'm going to hit OK, and then I'm going to go to Holy and I'm going to activate it. Now that I'm in Holy, I'm going to go back to my spellbook again. I'm going to click on the Click Binding Configuration, and I'm going to go ahead and delete the stuff that's inside here again. Now I'm going to go ahead and set up my Holy side real quick. Alright, now that I have that set up, my Holy side, and you can still see that I'm in Holy right now. There is another way to get to your click. Of course, you can go to your interface and to your add-ons tab. Underneath click, you'll see general, and what you want to do is go ahead and just leave everything alone. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to switch over to discipline. And so here you want to go back into your spellbook, go to your click binding configurations and do your disk again. Because once we had it set up, when we moved over to do the Holy, it took the Holy, but then it kind of wiped out the disk again, so you have to do a repeat. Sometimes you might have to do this a couple of times and so forth, but it will eventually go. So I'm going to go ahead and set up my key binding and clicks and stuff on here right now, and I will be back. Now that I have my disk stuff set up, I'm going to go ahead and X out of it. I'm going to go to my specialization and go back to Holy. We'll go back to our book and make sure that it took. And it looks like it took everything. So everything's in Holy right now. Now we'll just double check. We'll go back to the specialization, go back to disk, and make sure that took as well. X out of everything, go back to our spellbook under click binding configuration, and it took as well. So everything's in discipline at the moment. Like I said, you might have to do this a couple of times after you created new profiles, but try not to get so flustered. I know I did doing this several times in different characters and been like, oh my god, what am I doing wrong? But once you set up one and then you flip over to set up another one, a lot of times when you go back to the first one that you did after doing the second one, you'll have to do a repeat. Sometimes even reloading can help the situation. But I hope this does help. If you don't use Grid and Click and you use Voodoo, if you check out my channel, I do have a video on Voodoo how to dual spec as well. I hope this helps and have a great day or night, whichever it may be.